Two of our favorites, Solana and Luna. This is a tough one, Solana versus Luna. Who wins? Because I like both, and there are many reasons to hold both. But they are also very different. Let's dive deep into it. And before that, if you say, Simon, but I'm out of dry powder, I cannot buy anymore, I need to work on my revenue systems first, then let's work on your revenue systems. And in the next 8 days, you have something really cool coming up, because you can have these 9 people doing masterclasses for you on how to sell, how to lead, how to market, how to run your company in a way that really runs much better. It's recommended by Nir Eyal, by John Lee Dumas, and these guys know their business. And my new book is part of that growth festival. So if you go to the growth festival, it's just $29, which is really just the book. And while you enjoy the festival, Amazon will send you the book. So that's pretty cool. And in the next 8 days, it's just $29 instead of the 99 and 199 that it will be later on after these 8 days. So if you need to increase your revenues so that you have more to invest, then this is what I highly recommend, and I am part of it. Then let's go back to Solana versus Luna. Now, according to this, the utility of both coins is high and is going to be higher, of course. If you look at the Solana ecosystem, there is nothing you cannot do, right? Smart contracts, NFTs, gaming, everything is possible. Lending, borrowing, liquidity. There is nothing that cannot be done on Solana. The main focus on Solana really is this different consensus mechanism, which is proof of history, not proof of stake. And why? Because their focus is censorship resistance. They want really something that is highly immutable and transparent. That's the ethos. And I love the team of Solana because they are sprinters. They build instead of talking about building. There are many teams out there, I won't name them because I'm criticizing them. They talk a lot about things instead of building things. Solana is different. Solana does not start with specifications. They start directly with coding, with building stuff. And while they build, of course, they get feedback and they get information. Using this information, they then build better. So they are real sprinters. They are shipping all the time, shipping code all the time, and they're technically superior to most other teams. So this is amazing. And that makes also resilience, because when you have a team that can execute so much, they can react to tough times. And this is what I always look at, the amount of adaptability and the learning pace of a team and the delivery capacity of a team. Having said that, Terra is also an amazing team, which plays a different play. It's more of a stable coin play for a layer 1. Both are layer 1s, but they're very different. So we have the censorship resistance as a focus for Solana. We have more of a stable coin liquidity play for Terra. And let's see how they compare according to this criteria from CoinXMs. Traffic, they see Solana as having much higher fees. I did not experience that, and I'm a heavy user. The delay, this is where Solana wins. The traffic, this is comparable. Supply, there is no available supply for both according to this one, and the staking is fine, 7%, 11%, 11 wins here. Inflation is low. According to my calculation, Solana is at 10% inflation, but okay, according to the Avalanche, 30% is still low. Here it's 5%. We measure inflation in a different way, it seems, and then 7% on the Terra side. Both are okay, low. Smart contract, yes, both. Are they ready? Yes. Are they retail ready? Yes. Wallets are fine. They have their own wallets, and nodes we have here many more nodes on the Solana side and also more validators on the Solana side than on the Terra side. What's the difference between node and validator? A validator is somebody who runs a node plus has governance functions plus has backup functions. That's the difference. So also contributes to the security, to the backup, and to the operations of a blockchain. Terra started 2019, Solana started 2020. That's quite comparable. Both very new, very hot, and part of our top 10 portfolio, as you know. Now, this is part of the fundamental analysis. What else do we need to do fundamental analysis? We need market cap and the TVL, and then we have to do technical analysis. Let's go to the market cap. Solana has total value locked first. Total value locked of Solana, 9.6 billions. What's the total value locked of Luna? I checked this on DeFi Llama. Total value locked of Terra Luna is 18 billions, and also there's quite a spike in the last month. Interesting information, and we have seen the ecosystem really explode. Even the subsystem of Phantom are exploding right now, and they are creating a positive flywheel for liquidity in the whole ecosystem. For example, Spirit Swap, what's the other one? Tom Finance and Liquid Driver are really giving liquidity to each other, which is a very interesting play and a resilience play and a momentum play. All things you want to have as a strategist when you look at assets, because they are leading indicator for possible price pumps. And so that's the TBL side. What else do we need? Market cap, right? Market cap of Solana is currently 46 billion, huge. And market cap of Terra Luna, 28 billion, also very big. So this is how much information you can find in 7 minutes around fundamental analysis. And now that you have the fundamentals, if you decide that one of them fits well your portfolio, what's the technical analysis that you can do? Let's say you want to do a free technical analysis, then you might do something like this. You go to Solana. Which one do we pick? Let's pick Solana to the US dollar, just for quick comparison. Even better, of course, if you compare it to Ethereum in this case. But right now, let's just pick it for the indicators, right? So you can use free trading view with just 3 indicators, and then let's add another free indicator on top from outside. If you are using only 3, we are looking at the day here, then I would have the Bollinger Bands, knowing that you wanna buy when they touch the lower Bollinger Band. This would be here 122. I would immediately buy Solana at 122. And then, but I'm very biased. I love Solana. And then we have a moment when you could sell. If you're thinking of selling, a good point is when they're above or touch the upper Bollinger Band. Here would be 198. In this case, I would not sell Solana for 198. And then that's one indicator. Another indicator is the RSI. In crypto, you want to buy when the RSI is at below 30. You want to sell when the RSI is above 70. Third indicator that you can use, of course, volume. Third indicator that you can use is directional bias. This is something that I've found lately to be quite interesting. So that's the green and the red trend. When the trend is green, you're still moving upwards. You wanna find the moment when it switches. It switches to red, moment to sell. Red right now would be something to watch. As soon as it switches to green, that might be an entry point for you. Now, this is the directional bias indicator. Now you have 3 indicators firing. You add volume, you have 4, and then you can add also, one thing that I always do is the fear and greed index, right? It's free on the internet. You look for fear or greed. Is everybody in fear? Red, this is when you want to buy. Is everybody in greed? Green, this is when you want to sell. It's a simple psychology because most people, the 2% are on spot and buy early. But then come institutions to buy, and then come the retail investor. The mass is always too late in buying, and so they will buy when things are green. And so when things are green, this is when you are at that top. Everything reverts to the mean, and everything in life, in nature, works in waves. So on top of the wave, you don't want to buy. And how do you see the top of the wave? Because it's green. When fear and index is at high green, you know that you are on top of the wave. Now, how will the wave continue? Of course, it will go down. After every winter, there comes the spring. After every autumn comes winter. This is the cyclical nature of life, of the universe, and also of the markets and of the human behaviors and emotions. All right, hope that helps. You have now more information so that you can take your financial decisions with more data. Hope that helps. Let me know what you need. Keep rolling.